guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. Oh, that was totally different, but I went off the video. What if I just did all my videos like this? Hi, how are you doing? Can you even see me? I am like quickly losing my mind, which is not probably a surprise to you guys. Anyway, I wanted to do a video and talk about my favorite audiobooks that I've read so far, or listened to so far. So I'm kind of obsessed with audiobooks, and here's the deal, like, for years I listened to them on CD, and before that on tape, and now that there's Audible, like, I am just absolutely obsessed with any audiobooks, and so I listen to them constantly. I download the daily deal on Audible a lot. I buy extra credits. I'm constantly listening to books right now. I'm listening to Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Big thumbs down so far. I do not love it. But I thought I would just go through, starting in 2015, and look at the books that I read and which ones were my favorites. So I'm just going to talk about my favorites. I'm not going to talk about any ones that I didn't like. So the books I'm going to talk about are the ones that I think that, this is why I do not edit, okay? And yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go through and talk about the books that I listen to on Audible. And I listen exclusively all on Audible, so you can get them all there. You can also go to Audible and get a free month of free trial for 30 days. And if you want to try a book out on Audible, try the Before, Now, and After Then by Peter Mon, by me. Why not? It's a pretty good book, I think. Okay, but I wrote it. So anyway, first book that I read last year and listened to on Audible was Two Boys Kissing by David Levithan. Oh my God, this book wore me out. It was so good, okay? I am a huge David Levithan fan, but this book especially wore me thin. I mean, it was so good. And it interweaves these different stories, but it's really about these two boys that have made, they're trying to break the record of kissing for the longest time, and I think it's like 24 hours. And then it's like all these other stories of different gay people, transgender people. I don't want to tell you too much, but they like interact with it. And there's actually a very sad story that's very, for David Levithan, very realistic, I thought. But anyway, that was the first one. Oh my God, it's going right into Carry On. The next one was The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider. And I used to talk a lot about this book, but I haven't talked much. I have talked myself dry is what I've talked. But I haven't talked a lot about it lately, and it was one of my favorite books that I listened to or / read last year. And it's about this guy, and he's kind of doesn't have a lot of friends. He goes to school, and there's this new girl, and blah, 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 whatever. Oh, I think he was like on a football team, and then he got an injury, and so then he is forced to like sit with a whole new group of people, and he like becomes friends with this girl, and it's very kind of like Paper Towns-ish a little bit. But also Stargirl is what it reminded me of. I loved it. It was fantastic. The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider, and I haven't heard enough people talk about it on here. The next one, hands down, my favorite book of 2015 was Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin L. Sands. I love this man's writing so much. And if you have not read about Ari and Dante, go read this book. He's working on the sequel. He is such a genuinely fantastic guy. He and I have emailed back and forth a couple times, and he's really neat. He puts his heart and soul into what he writes. The book wore me thin. It ended exactly. I am so tired of these people wanting to have these real depressing endings where people like slit their throats and they're like, oh, it wasn't realistic. They didn't slit their throat and die of like a bloody death. I like happy endings. I like when books are kind of a little tragic, but they kind of end realistic about how you want them to. And I'm not giving any spoilers away because you have no idea where this book is going. Well, I mean, I kind of did, but anyway, but it is fantastic. The next book, Love Letters to the Dead by Ava DeLaura, wore me out. Oh my God, this book is about this girl. Her sisters died the year before. You don't really know how. It talks about it later. I'm not going to tell you right now because you got to read the book. And then she goes to school. Her teacher knows her sister. And she gets this assignment that she has to write these journal entries or this letter to a famous person. She picks Kurt Cobain. The book has a lot of Nirvana in it and a lot of talking about Kurt Cobain and get it, similarities. And it's about this girl's life for 1 year, all in letters told to famous people that have passed away. It is so good. Okay, and that was by Ava DeLaura. The next book I read was Every Day by David Levithan. I'm going to talk about this only because I think it was so genius that David Levithan, I'm going to talk about like 20 books. So anyway, so just get ready, strap into the seatbelt. Okay. I'm not really like that in real life. Like, I don't really like, my friends are like, when they watch the videos, they're like, you don't really talk that hyped up. And I'm like, Yeah, kind of sometimes I do, like in the car and stuff, or if I'm on the phone, they're like, well, yeah, that is true. But anyway, Every Day by David Levithan, I really like the concept of it. I thought it was genius. It's about this gender non-specific person named A that enters the body of a different person every day. And it starts with this boy named Justin, whose girlfriend's name is Rhiannon, and it's about their love story. Now, Another Day, which is her story to that, was not one of my favorites of last year. Okay. Then the next book, oh my god, The Geography Club by Brent Hardiger. I literally listen, if you have not heard of the Geography Club series, the Russell Middlebrook series, about Russell Middlebrook, and anyway, by Brent Hardiger, did I say that again? And narrated by Josh Hurley, because I love this guy's voice so much, and he is totally, he is Russell Middlebrook for me. Anyway, there's like 6 or 7 books in the series now. I just finished listening to The Road to Amazing, which is the last one in the series. Brent Hardiger is genius. His books are genius. They get right into it. They are great, great novels, LGBT novels, but I'm going to say they're gay specific because it's about gay boys. But they are so great, and it takes you from like 16, and they're now like 24, 25. I love those books so much. If you know me, these are books I tell people all the time, you've got to read these books. Like, I love them. They're so fun to read them in the summer. I did that last year. Looking at them, okay, here it is. Geography Club, The Order of the Poison Oak, double feature, The Elephant of Surprise. Those were the first 4 books. I read them all like that on Audible. Isn't that crazy? Here's my Audible, see? Paper Towns by John Green. Loved it. Love the book. Hated the movie. Okay, Looking for Alaska. Loved that book so much. It was probably my favorite John Green book, and I'm not even going to talk about it on here because you guys know what it's about. Anyway, although, I thought that what happens halfway through, if you haven't read the book, I don't want to spoil it for you. I thought it could have happened later in the book and still, been a powerful book. We Were Liars. Biggest waste of my money and time of 2015. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, Last Night I Sang to the Monster by Benjamin Allier-Saenz, who is the one that wrote Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. This is about a boy, and he's straight, and he is in a treatment facility that's all ages. I think he's 18 or 17 in the book, and it's about him overcoming his addiction. As a person in recovery, it was powerful, but as just a fun read, it was not. But as a deep read, if you liked Aristotle and Dante, you will love Last Night I Sang to a Monster. It is probably one of the most 5 life-changing fictional books that I read. I noticed in my videos when I was looking back on them the other day that I always do this, which makes me, it looks super huge. It's do you ever do Snapchat and you're like this? Nobody does Snapchat like that because it looks like you have 4 chins. So why am I always doing these videos like this? Why don't I do them like this? Because if I take a picture, I'm always like this, right? That's why it always gives me that sharp jawline, because I'm not super thin or anything, see? Okay. Next one, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Loved it. I'm not going to talk about that because you guys already know about it. The next one, Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by David Levithan and Rachel Crone. That was so good. Where Things Come Back by John Corey Whaley and Noggin. 2 of my favorite books from 2015. I read them and listened to the audio versions. A lot of these I read and listened to the audio versions. John Corey Whaley just came out with highly illuminated, highly illogical behavior. And these 2 were so good. Okay. Whew. My True Love Gave to Me, which was edited by Stephanie Perkins, Lola and the Love Kiss or French Kiss or whatever, those books, which I'm just starting to read right now. I love My True Love Gave to Me. It was short stories by David Levithan, Rainbow Rowell, all these people on there, and it was so good. They're all holiday stories. Okay, Sort of Like a Rock Star by Matthew Quick. If you don't know who Matthew Quick is, he wrote Silver Linings Playbook, the movie with Jennifer Lawrence. Sort of Like a Rock Star was so good. It's about a girl that lives in a school bus, and her and mom are very, very poor, and it's kind of her story of what happens. It's just a really great read. Forgive Me, Leonard Peacock by Matthew Quick. That's his other one, and I don't want to tell you guys anything about it. Go read that book. That book is super powerful. Okay. Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Probably my all-time favorite book of 2015 that I listened to on Audible. And the audio version is told with 3 actresses. It is phenomenal. I literally would drive around late at night in my car just like this. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. It was so good. Okay, and then I listened to the whole Rainbow High or Rainbow Boys series by Alex Sanchez. If you like gay stuff, LGBT stuff. Those books are phenomenal. I'll give you The Sun by Jandy Nelson. I loved the Fifth Wave series. I listened to on Audible and I read. I love those. Hold on. Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I hated that book. I didn't get it. I thought it was corny. Attachments, I loved. Okay, interesting. The Shack. Now, my dad told me that I should read The Shack by William Young, and it was totally nothing that I would read, but I gave it a try. And I think it was on this Audible sale, and so it was like $2, and I listened to it. If you have not read or listened to The Shack, go get it today. It is so quick. And if you're a spiritual person at all, if you're not, then I totally respect that. But if you are a spiritual person, it totally puts things in perspective and makes you think about things in a different way. And not just any one religion either, I would go to say that. Okay. I want to make sure I get to one of my favorites where I can't find it. The Art of Racing in the Rain. Oh my God. I read this on the way back from a trip to Atlanta. That book wore me out. I mean, that was probably one or two of my top favorite books of 2015 period. Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. To Kill a Mockingbird fame. It was read by Reese Witherspoon. It was fantastic. I listened to it in one setting. A Mosquito Land by David Arnold. Great road trip book. It's about a little girl that wants to go see her mom. Not a little girl, she's in high school. And her dad and stepmom don't want her to go, and so she steals her money and goes on a bus. It's fantastic. Beautiful Boy by David Sheff is a dad's telling about his son's drug abuse. It's a true story. I have been hearing about this book for years. It starts at the end and goes back to the beginning and retells their whole life story. I was just profoundly impacted by it. Beautiful Boy. Okay. As the World Dies series by Rhiannon Frater. It's all zombies. Love those books. Simon vs. the Homo Sapio Agenda by Becky Albatali. Love that book. Dumpling. I've talked about it to infinitum. The Life We Bury by Alan Eskins. Okay, I got this as a daily deal on Audible, and then it became one of their bestsellers. Probably my number one. Did I already say that? Number three? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 3, 1. I don't know. Okay. It was such a great mystery. I literally, at one point in the book, was so terrified I locked my doors. Okay. Let's see what else. The Fold by Peter Clines. It's a science fiction book, adult science fiction. It's nothing that I ever read, and it was so good. It reminded me of Michael Crichton. Okay, so Peter Clines by The Fold. If you guys want to know what any of these books are later, put it in the comment section below and say, what was that book? La, 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 and I will comment later and tell you what it is. Okay. The Girl in the Red Coat by Kate Hamer. Oh my God, this book. This is 2016. But I love this audiobook so much. It's so beautifully told. It's about a girl that's kidnapped. You know I love a kidnapping story. Okay, and then it's about her story and what happens to her and her mom looking for her. It's so fantastic. Did I mention the Before, Now, and After Them by Peter Mont? Oh, that's me. Okay, that's on here. See, I listen to my own audiobook. Okay, what else? I have all these books I haven't listened to. Oh my God, We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. One of my favorite books I've read of 2016. The audiobook, the version is fantastic. And the only editing you will ever see on my video, because I'm not going back, I ran out of space on my stupid camera, and I'm so mad. Because I went through all of those audiobooks. So I just was like, I'm just going to splice in an ending, and I'm not going to go back and re-record it. I just can't. I'm too tired. Oh, and so anyway, I'm sorry for this crappy video, but I hope you enjoyed all of the choices that I said were of my favorites for audiobooks. If you have any questions, can you see like I've slowed down? I'm talking a lot slower now because I'm not like trying to keep up with the camera. Okay, so anyway, if there's any books that I mentioned that you want to know more about or you want to know the titles of, please leave it in the comment section below and I will tell you more about it or tell you the title or who the author is because I know I spoke super fast. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Oh, also, if you guys have listened to audiobooks that you absolutely love or series that are better that you think that are better on audio than they are having read, please let me know. I do think sometimes there is a difference. I know a lot of people that don't consider listening to audiobooks reading, but I do. So anyway, that's just my gig. Anyway, hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.